Great people, welcome to Greatness Assured Show. I'm your host, Isaac the Great. And today we are talking about time management. Here, I'm not just talking about punctuality. That's one element in time management. I'm talking about time management. How do you manage your time? How do you manage your life? Because time management is life management. The moment you miss on your time, you miss a lot. For believers, David says that, Lord, teach me how to number my days. Lord, teach me how to number my days. One great businessman in Kenya, Chris Kirubi, one time being interviewed in a show, he was asked, if you are to make a prayer to God, what would be your prayer name? And he said, I would wish and pray that God gives me 36 hours instead of 24. He knows the value of time. And you imagine this damn rich fellow, this somebody who has several companies doing well, but he still wants to have more time to produce and do something great. I don't know. How good are you on time management? Just make a confession. No problem. No one will beat you up.
I'm very poor in time management.
Hey.
I'm very poor. I'm always late.
You're always late.
I'm always late.
Eh.
Plus, I have this problem of procrastinating.
You have a lot of problem procrastinating. Please make sure you watch my channel. There's a topic on procrastination. You'll find a medication for that. Yes. How are you on terms of time management?
My personality defines my time management.
Yeah.
Actually, with the melancholy personality, it makes me to come up on board to have that real taste to time plan my.
You are very good in planning.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But I'm forced by my personality.
You are forced by your personality.
Sure.
Wow, that's a very good aspect. If you are to achieve much in this life, if you are to be more productive, if you are to have peace with people, you need to have and be disciplined in time management. Time management is a very important skill that you have to develop in life. Let me tell you my story. My first employer was a Muzungu, a Briton called Barry Colley. And one day I reported to work late and I gave an example and gave an excuse of there was traffic at Jogo Road. I was working at industrial area. He asked me, Isaac, how many times have you used Jogo Road? I said, so many times. Like how many? Over 100 times. So over 100 times you have never learned to be time conscious. I almost lost a job. And that was almost 15 years ago. Up to date, I'm very keen with time. Let me tell you, people who are cautious with time management are more productive than these people who are poor in time management. People who are good in time management are successful. If it's even in class, they are able to submit their assignment in good time. People who are good in time management, they are good rapport with people, they are good name. But if I know I am going for a safari with the Timo and he is not a good time in person in management, we already have issues. We are going for a safari, but be sure that Timo will mess you up. That's a bad thing, a bad reputation. And I believe it's high time as young people we develop that discipline of time management. Because at the end of the day, you have no time to waste in this world. Do you know at your age there are people who have already achieved a lot than you?
Sure.
Because of the fact that they have been able to manage their time well. Why do you think we should manage time well? Why?
One thing is that time lost never comes back.
Yes. You cannot recover.
Sure.
Even now, when people are talking of, the other day I was celebrating my birthday on a Saturday. And people are saying, wow, don't count 2020 because it's a wasted year. I say, no, it is still being counted. It will not be recovered. Very good point. Time wasted cannot be recovered.
Sure.
And time waits for no one, including the king. If you go to State House, the clock still sticks ta, 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 ta. It doesn't wait for anyone. Including the king. Or the president. What do you think? Why should we bother about time management?
Me, judging from my experience, I'd say if you, okay, I'm this kind of person. I've always been late. I'm this kind of guy who has always been late. Most of the time, it has always been advantageous, but at the same time, most of the time, it has been at less advantage to me because I've missed a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
Because I'm just late with only
Very
1 minute.
good. You lose opportunities because of time management.
And though then I get that opportunity, already what was to be said has already been said.
Yes.
And I'm there in darkness.
Yeah, and you'd never get a second chance to make the first impression.
Sure.
If you come to me and I realize you have issues with time management, I already have an impression that this guy is not a good one.
Sure.
And even at work, especially for those who are in employment, if you continue reporting to work late, you have discipline cases because of time management. So this is a critical area that we need to do. Even you as somebody who is in business, the first person to run to the market and deliver to the customer, the better. I almost lost a client the other day because of a delay on traffic. I had to get out of the mat, get a Uber, and drive so fast. I told the guy, we have to beat the traffic, guy, because I'm not going to lose this business. So this is very critical. You want to say something about time management?
Time. Yes. To my youths and generation, the future is bright, but it will only count how effortless I'm there to plan my time. Because if I still procrastinate, if I still do the same thing today, tomorrow, be aware, you will be ready to repair.
Very good. And I wish before he comes in, I wish to say this. It's very important to be able to look at the value we attach to time. If I was to ask you, how much value do you attach to 1 hour?
Very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah, it's very
Really?
expensive, yeah.
Like 100 shillings, 1,000 shillings?
More than.
More than that.
In 30 minutes, you can get up to 1 million.
If you value time to that extent, but you still have issues with time with punctuality, don't you see that you have a lot of incongruence? What in our practice call a psychology called incongruence. You are saying that time is valuable. In Japan, they say time is money. If you value your time, for example, to 1,000 shillings, 1 hour, and then when you waste your 1 hour, we should deduct you 1,000 shillings or get 1,000 shillings from your account. When we get to the level where we look at time in terms of money and say, every 1 hour that I spend, this is how much it costs.
Yeah.
Today, I cannot go back to 25 years age when I see an advert saying that there's an opportunity, a scholarship for youths 25 years and below. It's paying me so much because I cannot go there. I cannot go there because that is already beyond my age. And the value that you attach, that's the point that I'm driving. The point is that you attach to time becomes very critical. You want to say something?
Yes. If you want to know the value of a 1 millisecond, ask a silver medalist.
Wow.
Yes. Ask a silver medalist because the time starts with that millisecond.
Yes.
From my perspective, I have a book that I've outlined 6 chapters, but one of the critical chapters is time.
Yes.
Because the foundation of time started years back at 300 AD from the Sumerians. And they brought up the fact of time because they had to do something. And if you can dig deep in the history, you can find out that those people who looked at that foundation of time, they are doing the best. They have the best inventions, the best things, because they started accounting the time.
Very good. I like the statement that you started. If you don't know the value of a millisecond, ask a silver medalist. Because competition is about time in sports, and it is in life.
Sure.
It is in life. If it's not in sport, someone who is running and making time and say, I have broken a record. The other day, we saw, Eliud Kipchoge running under 2 hours. What was he said? What was he running against? He said, "I'm not running against people. I'm running against time."
Time.
And that 1 hour, 59 minutes, and a few seconds is the whole difference that made him to be a champion.
Sure.
This is a game. If we can be able to manage time and look at not just time and punctuality, but time on terms of value and our own life management, then we'll be in a better position. I would wish us to wind up that point so that we can also save time.
Sure.
And also,
Say yes.
I can say also,
Mhm.
as much as time is important, you should also take your time.
Oh, take your time. I like that.
Yeah.
In whatever that you're doing.
Because if you worry so much about time, you will be racing against time, and you forget what is important at that time.
That is a very important element. When you are not good in time management, you always have pressure and anxiety to fulfill something, and you are wondering, how will I make it? In the process of wondering how you make it, your pressure goes up, you're stressed out, and you have more anxious and issues.
So you have to take your time.
Take your time.
Yeah, I'm poor in time management,
Yeah.
but I compensated it in another way.
You have to run beyond time.
I started doing mixing things.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm supposed to buy stock for tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I cannot wake up tomorrow early morning because I know myself I cannot wake up early tomorrow.
Yes.
But during 4 a.m. to 5 to 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I have this free time that I'm supposed to go home. So I use that time to go get the stock.
You use your free time to do an extra work.
Yeah.
Very important element in time management, planning.
So that tomorrow, because I know my issue, I already have.
Very
sorted.
good.
Yeah.
Having a schedule. Having a schedule that this is what I'm going to do at such a time, at such a time.
Yeah.
That becomes very important.
Yeah.
Yes. Time. Time in market expires.
Wow. Time in market expires.
TIME.
Time in market expires.
Yes.
So if you don't utilize your time well, you expire.
You expire.
And
We
you know,
are in the world of
Yes.
sales.
yes,
This is the market.
yes,
This is life.
yes,
This is the market.
yes.
Time in market expires. What will you have invested?
Invest your time well. Otherwise, you become obsolete if you are not able to walk and go by the time. If you are not innovative and working with the time, you become obsolete. Thank you so much for tuning in to this show. Kindly remember to subscribe. Let's see you in the next talk. Comment, share, and see you. Bye for now.